Are you unsure on how to use some of these new Pokemon competitively? Well, allow me to lend you a helping hand. Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Brambleghast, and I'm going to do this video a little differently. Normally I have some images up on the screen for you guys, but I have been receiving some comments saying that it might be easier to follow if I do it in Showdown in the team builder. So I want to give that a try. Let me know in the comment section what you like, what you prefer. Do you like the images on the screen, or do you think something like this is a bit easier to follow? And to be honest, this will help me get more of these out quicker for you guys, because it is a lot less work than making the images. Let me know, and while you're down there, hit a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We just hit 7K, and thank you so much for that, guys. And I look forward to this journey and this future with all of you. So looking at Brambleghast, the first thing we'll notice is it has pretty standard ghost HP stat, which is like 55. Definitely nothing good at all. I don't know why that's at 0. The attack is decent. 115 is nothing incredible, but honestly, because of this Pokemon's ability and what it can actually do, that 115 is a lie. Do not believe it. This Pokemon has more damage output than DRACOVISH, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. The defense of 70, special defense of 70, kind of not good. With the bulk it has, it's really not good, but we do have a set that uses the bulk a little later in the video, and it's surprisingly a lot better than you'd think because of the move pool the Pokemon gets. Yeah, we're not going to use a special attack. The base speed of 90 is pretty solid, especially with how we're going to be using this Pokemon. So you're a grass and a ghost type, which is, it's like Decidueye, it's like Gourgeist. It's actually pretty decent. Grass is a lot better than people think, and Ghost is obviously a pretty broken typing, so this isn't too bad at all. And this is where things get really cool. Wind Rider is a crazy ability. This, if Tailwind is used by anyone on the field, you get +1 in attack. You also get wind move immunity, and if any wind moves hit you, you get that +1 attack. Now, these are wind moves. Now, the two most prominent ones on this list have got to be Heat Wave and Hurricane. Being immune to 2 of your weaknesses and getting a boost from them is crazy, especially Icy Wind as well. Grass is weak to Fire, Flying, and Ice. These are probably 3 of the most prominent moves, as well as Blizzard. The most prominent moves used in VGC of your typing, you're immune to, and they give you a boost. That's insane. That is an insane ability. And with that +1 in attack, oh, you can do some scary things, and I can't wait to get into that with you guys. So if we look at the other ability, we've got Infiltrator, and we all know Infiltrator. It's a really good ability. You can hit things through Substitute. You can do like true damage essentially through like Reflect and Light Screen. So it's really solid. It's a really good ability. The Pokemon is deceptively good. This, when I first looked at it, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I first looked at this and was like, how am I going to make a video about this Pokemon? But as I delved a little deeper, oh my goodness, this first set right here, all right, we'll get into this. Before I even talk about it, this is the damage potential of this set. Do you see that? Do you see that? Sorry, Grassy Terrain was set to be fair. This set can do 175 to 207% to Garchomp. That's a neutral hit on a bulky Pokemon. If you get Grassy Terrain up, well, that's 2.5 Garchomps. Should we just start measuring damage in Garchomps? Brambleghast Power Whip with this build does 2.5 Garchomps of damage. So we're going to get into why. And it's all because of Wind Rider. It gets you to a +1, and that with Terra Grass. So Wind Rider, Terra Grass, and Power Whip. To be fair, Power Whip does miss a few times. 85% accuracy is not that great. You can run Seed Bomb. You could replace one of the other moves with Seed Bomb, of course. I like Power Whip. I would like to do 2.5 Garchomps of damage. That is how I feel. So we're running the EVs here. We've got enough speed to outspeed base 61s, and that is Tyranitar. So we outspeed things like Tyranitar outside of Tailwind, and we outspeed everything else in Tailwind, because we're going to be using Tailwind to activate Wind Rider anyway. So we don't need to worry about speed outside of Tailwind as much. But we do want to account for some things here and there. We're running Adamant to get the most out of our attack, and we're putting just the rest into health, because 55 health is nothing, and we would like to just live a little bit if possible. Now, the moves we are running are Power Whip, as I said, because, I mean, we saw, right, 2.5 Garchomps of damage. Phantom Force, because, look, There aren't many good ghost physical moves, and this is the best one we really get. To be fair, you can't protect against Phantom Force, which makes it pretty solid. It is, readable. They can switch into it. They can throw in a normal type. They could Terra Normal if they have it, but they can't protect, and that's really good because you can put opponents in pretty tricky situations where you can bait them into a turn where if they do protect, this hits them. So they're probably not going to waste a turn doing that, but you can threaten them with something else. So it's got potential for sure. Shadow Sneak is priority. Priority is always good, and especially at a +1 with a choice band, we're definitely going to enjoy that. Facade is just kind of here because what if we get burned? If we get Will-O-Wisp, we have Facade, and we can do some pretty good damage. The base power of this goes from 70 to 140 if we do get any status on us at all. So it's really useful for if you get burned, because the rest of your moves will get halved, but this will get doubled. So Facade is pretty handy on choiced sets. This set here, honestly, is one that I think is absurdly strong. You can do a lot of damage. Power Whip does, I think it's 40% to a Moongus with this set. Now, that's a 4x resist and an incredibly bulky Pokemon, so keep that in mind. This is a really, really solid Pokemon. You don't really have to worry about your damage to a Moongus anyway because you're a grass type and you can't be rage powered, so you can just ignore it. But yeah, this is probably one of the strongest sets. We'll get into the next set here real quick, and that is the Life Orb set. Now, the Life Orb set I think is pretty good as well. Seed Bomb, Shadow Sneak, and Terra Blast. We're going a bit more reasonable with this set. Of course, you can put Power Whip in here where Seed Bomb is, but the whole point of this set is, as you probably noticed from this previous set here, we don't really have anything to hit King Gambit. King Gambit is kind of a problem for us because this Pokemon doesn't get that much coverage, but with Terra Fighting, we can KO King Gambit. We're faster than King Gambit. With this much speed for 61s, we outspeed King Gambit, so that's really good. So it's the same EV spread as the previous one, and we outspeed King Gambit, and we're able to take it out with the Terra Fighting. We're also able to live the Sucker Punch if we do Terra into Fighting, because it goes from something we're weak to a resist, and we definitely do live whatever on the calcs. This is a pretty solid build. You run this under Tailwind, you have the freedom of moving between your moves, and you have a little more coverage. We dropped Phantom Force to have Shadow Sneak for the priority. As I said, you can go either way. If you don't want Shadow Sneak, happily run Phantom Force here. If you don't want Seed Bomb, run Power Whip. There's so many options. There's so many options in this Pokemon. There's so much you can do, and I just think it's so strong, all because of this ability Wind Rider. It really saves you. It really helps you out. And Brambleghast, sorry, probably kind of slept on. Probably kind of slept on right now. Now this set, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I like this set, and this is something I really want to try out, and it looks pretty crazy. Why am I investing in bulk on a Pokemon that's not bulky? And that's because you get the lovely, lovely combination of Infiltrator and Leech Seed. And what is a really prominent, really annoying Pokemon you've probably seen in the ranked ladder? It might be Dondozo, and it might be running Substitute. So what's really cool about this Pokemon is with this kind of a spread, we don't get one-hit KO by any of Dondozo's moves. We can also Strength Zap it to heal up and lower that attack. We can also Terra Fairy to make sure it can't order up on us and get any boost to its attack. And we can Leech Seed it, we can Infestation it, just do chip damage over time while it's behind that Substitute, and it can never take us down if we play it correctly. So that's really cool. This thing actually hard walls an incredibly strong Pokemon, and it's a Brambleghast. Like, I don't know who knew, who saw this coming, but man, I'm pretty amazed by this. This is enough bulk to live all the hits in defense here, and then we just put the rest into special defense because we don't need it in defense. And like, why does a Pokemon with 55 health survive things from one of the strongest Pokemon in the metagame and completely wall it? Why does a Pokemon with 115 attack do 2 Garchomps of damage? This Pokemon surprised me so much, and I think it's so cool, man. I really do. Running Bold Nature here, of course, of the defense, and yeah, I feel like this is probably easy for you guys to follow here on Showdown if I go through these here. We go through this build here on Assault Vest. Assault Vest is surprisingly good on this Pokemon. So we get to go max attack Adamant, put all of our investment into HP, so we get a bit of bulk there out of that really bad HP stat. And we're running Assault Vest. Now, this set is pretty interesting because with the Assault Vest, we actually live a Shadow Ball or a Make It Rain from Golden Go. And one of those is super effective, so that's pretty cool. And we have the option of Terra Water here to resist those steel moves, and Water is just a really good defensive type, especially for a grass type. So this set is similar to the others, We're running Power Whip for the big damage. You can run Seed Bomb to be consistent if you like. I just really want to do this. But yeah, Seed Bomb is probably the safer play. We have Phantom Force again for the big damage and the inability to protect. And then Shadow Sneak. Now, priority is always a good thing, especially on the speed with no on the set with no speed. But we are going to be playing under Tailwind, so of course, if you want to replace this with something else, feel free. This Pokemon's move pool is not the greatest though when it comes to physical attacks. Like if we look here, if I go to category, if we go to physical, this is all it gets. These are all the moves. Like that's not a lot of moves. That's really not a lot of moves. So we don't really have that many options here. But yeah, so Shadow Sneak's solid, having priority is pretty good. And Pounce. So I think Pounce can be really good on an Assault Vest set because you can be annoying and you can sit there and you can just lower the speed of everything around you while you're kind of bulky and also doing damage. So this is kind of cool. I think Pounce is a pretty good option. There's other things to opt for as well. You go Trailblaze to get your own speed boost and it's stab, so it's a little stronger. But Pounce is just okay. It hits those opposing grass types for you a little. It's not too bad. Like as I said, the move pool isn't amazing. You can run Thief. If you get knocked off, you can steal items, but like, let's be real, that's pretty niche would be kind to say about that. Yeah, Facade, I guess you could run for the burns. Astonish if you really want to. Yeah, there's not really much else to do, but this set, yeah, it lives Golden Ghost Shadow Balls, it lives Make It Rains, and it can do, I believe Shadow Sneak does like close to 80 to 90%. Back to Golden Ghost. So any chip on that Pokemon at all, you'll live the hit and you'll take it out. You win the 1v1 war as well because you get 2 Shadow Sneaks off because of priority. So yeah, pretty solid mon there too. I'm so pleasantly surprised by this. The last set here, I always give you guys a singles build, and in singles, honestly, I think I would just run 252 in speed and attack, just nice and simple with the Adamant Nature. Wind Rider, we won't be able to activate it with our own Tailwind in singles, unfortunately, because you have to be on the field when the Tailwind comes out. But what we can do is we can switch it in onto Heat Waves, onto Hurricanes, and we can get that boost. And we can run a Life Orb because we don't want to commit to the ban probably in a singles battle, especially when we might not get Wind Rider. We don't want to be switching in and out trying to get that boost again. The goal to this, I guess, is to switch in, hopefully get the boost, and then Trailblaze for speed. We have spikes as well. If we're threatening something, we get a spike off, and then we can, you know, fight off just really hard Terra Grass Power Whips. Trade out Phantom Force if you want for like Shadow Sneak or Facade. I can't spell Shadow Sneak or Facade. But yeah, man, there's just so many options on this Pokemon. It's really cool. For a Pokemon that gets like 7 moves and has really bad stats, it's really strong. And I'm pleasantly surprised by this. I love what they've done in Gen 9. I mean, I feel like a lot of these Pokemon, you give them like a first glance and you're like, oh, I would never touch this. But if you dive a little deeper, if you look at what they can really do, it's a lot. Like this Pokemon can do a lot. The ability to KO, as I said, at 2.5 Garchomps, the ability to not take any damage from Blizzard, Heatwave, Hurricane, Icy Wind, and actually get healed by those is crazy. And not get healed, sorry, get a boost from those is crazy. This Pokemon has a lot of potential. I don't think we're going to see much of it right now, but I think that because of the damage potential it has, it could definitely find a niche on a team and definitely be the star of that team. I don't think it's going to be a meta-defining Pokemon. I don't think it's going to be the most consistent thing in the world, but you were going to get a KO if you hit this move right here. You were getting a KO because 2.5 Garchomps is a lot of damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know what you think of this style here in Showdown. Is it more enjoyable for you to see it this way? Would you like me to actually put PokePace of these like builds in the description as well? Would that be helpful? Let me know, guys. Honestly, communicate with me. I'm new to the Scarlet and Violet content, and I'm just doing my best here. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.